Thanks for joining, everybody. Just give us a few moments as people join. We'll get started very shortly. Give it maybe one more minute for folks to join the meeting. For those of you here, thank you so much for joining. All right. We're going to go ahead and get started. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the launch press conference for the Residential Energy Upgrade Program, or REUP for short. This is the inaugural financial program brought to you by the Nevada Clean Energy Fund, or NCEF. My name is Will Pregman. I'm the program manager and loan officer for NCEF, and I'm very excited to have so many of you join us this morning for the launch of this transformational program. I think you're going to like it. Thank you to all of our speakers for making the time today and your busy schedules to be here to present with us. And thank you to all the members of the press who are here and on the call this morning. We hope the session will be informative for you and provide a valuable resource to share with Nevadans across the state on ways to lower their utility bills and help support clean energy jobs here in Nevada. We're going to begin with our prepared remarks for now. There will be time for Q&A at the end with our speakers, so sit tight and hold on to your questions until we conclude the program. Additionally, if you're just here in attendance and not speaking, I appreciate you for being here, but please stay muted to respect everyone's time and make sure all our speakers can be heard. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce NCEF's CEO, Kirsten Stasio, to kick things off. Kirsten, take it away.
Thank you so much, Will, and thank you all for being here today to celebrate the launch of REUP. So the Nevada Clean Energy Fund, or NCEF, is a nonprofit organization that supports a thriving, affordable, and accessible clean energy economy. And we do this by providing technical and financial resources to Nevadans. NCEF was created by state legislation in 2017 out of a recognition that Nevadans lack the technical know-how and the financial resources necessary to pursue clean energy measures, and as a result, reduce their energy costs and to live in a healthy environment and climate. As NCEF's inaugural financing program, REUP connects Nevada homeowners with financial and technical assistance for energy efficiency and clean energy upgrades in their homes. It does this by offering unsecured loans at affordable rates for energy audits, heat pumps, insulation, roofing, solar, and other measures. As part of REUP, NCEF vets licensed contractors who perform the work, and we have two of those contractors here today to speak to you. REUP also supports homeowners in accessing federal and utility incentives. And I want to highlight three reasons why REUP is such an important program in Nevada. First, it provides access to affordable capital at a time when we're seeing rising interest rates negatively impact consumers. Families shouldn't have to take out a second mortgage on their home to fix a broken air conditioner or heater. Second, REUP helps households bring down their energy costs. Nevadans spend over 20% of their income on energy, between electricity and natural gas for their homes and gasoline for their cars. I hear all too often stories of Nevadans who have to make the hard choice between paying their energy bills and buying food and medicine. Finally, we're launching this program at a time when the federal government is making an historic amount of funds available for clean energy, hundreds of billions of dollars. And Nevada needs to build its capacity to take advantage of these funds and capture our fair share. And we are doing this by creating foundational programs like REUP that can be a platform for these federal funds and send a signal to the federal government that Nevada is ready. Programs like REUP also help educate Nevadans and provide them with technical assistance on the various rebates, tax credits, and other federal incentives that they can benefit from, and also stack with local utility incentives. I'm really grateful to have Will on the NCEF team to manage the program, who's working directly with residents and contractors to provide these critical services and support. As part of the program, we're going to be partnering with local organizations to host events in the community to educate Nevadans about REUP and other federal utility and local resources that are available to them to pursue these clean energy measures and bring down their energy costs and tackle climate change. The great lineup of speakers that we have today really demonstrates the diverse partnerships and collaborations that we're developing to make this program a success. So with that, back to you, Will, to introduce our speakers.
Thank you for that, Kirsten. Our first guest speaker will be Assemblywoman Chandra Summers Armstrong. Assemblywoman, please take it away.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Chandra Summers Armstrong, and I'm the Assembly Representative for Nevada Assembly District 6. And I am truly excited to be here this morning to witness this historic investment in our community. Too many Nevadan homeowners are struggling to make ends meet in today's economy. High utility bills are just one of many factors that are leading to Nevadans to look for solutions. In the Nevada legislature, in 2021, we passed a bill, SB 486, that provided funding to help us complete our electric grid so that we would be able to support the increase in folks using electricity to heat and cool their homes. And I'm proud to have supported that. This project is critical. REUP is going to provide a means for low-income or credit-challenged homeowners to get repairs and upgrades that they need. I represent communities like historic West Las Vegas, which were redlined communities that did not have access to capital to be able to keep their houses in good repair. And this project is going to be a catalyst in our community to help my neighbors who have not been able to afford to do repairs on their homes to be able to do so in a manner that is not going to put their properties at risk. And I just want to say thank you to Kirsten and to Will and to this team and all those who are participating. This is also going to be an opportunity for small businesses in our community to participate, folks who are familiar faces in the community, to do these repairs, to build trust in our communities that this program will work and that the folks that they know will be helping them to make the repairs. So Kirsten, thank you. Will, thank you. Thank you to all of you for your hard work. And I'm looking forward to the wonderful work that is going to be done to help our neighbors make their houses sound and ready to move into the next generation. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the kind words, Assemblywoman. We appreciate your leadership so much. I want to next bring in Assemblyman Howard Watts. Assemblyman, please take it away.
Thanks so much, Will. Thanks everyone for being here today. This is a really landmark occasion. First of all, it is so exciting to see the Clean Energy Fund launching this program. This is something that the legislature envisioned many years ago when we passed legislation to create the Clean Energy Fund. And it's great to finally see it launching and putting forward this program. I've seen firsthand the impact that things like clean energy, putting on solar panels, doing energy efficiency work can have. I've done that work in my household, but I've also seen the financial barriers, the policy barriers, and the information barriers that mean that those things just aren't available to every household in Nevada. And that's what makes REUP such an incredible, incredible program. Not only are they going to be addressing some of these financing barriers that so many people have faced, but also they're going to serve as that one-stop shop, helping people navigate the new tax credits, the new rebates that are coming as a result of major pieces of legislation passed by the Biden administration and Congress, but as well as utility rebates and other incentives to help people make necessary upgrades to their homes harness the potential of clean energy and lower their bills. And that's really the bottom line. Nevada is a leader in clean energy development. Those are the resources that we have in this state. We have abundant sunshine and other clean resources. And it's time that we help every family in Nevada take advantage of that and the economic benefits that it brings. And speaking of economic benefits, it's going to create good paying jobs for our community as well. So I'm really excited to see this program launching. Have been glad to offer my support to it and to the Clean Energy Fund, who is applying for additional funding, including the Solar for All program created through the Inflation Reduction Act, part of the Biden administration's clean energy plan. So I authored a letter in support of the Clean Energy Fund's application on behalf of the state of Nevada, and I'm hopeful that that's going to provide even more resources to amplify these efforts and bring clean energy to every household and community across the state. So thank you all for your work, and you have my commitment to continue working with you and everyone else to advance these efforts and again, break down the barriers and bring clean energy to every Nevadan.
Thank you so much, Assemblyman, for your support and offering that leadership on this critical issue. And I want to recognize that we were originally going to have Jeannie Stoneman, the Deputy Director of the Governor's Office of Energy, speak today. Unfortunately, something came up last minute and she wasn't able to make it, but I did want to recognize that they were intending to speak today and we're eager and excited to work with the Governor's Office on Energy, particularly on the rollout of their forthcoming home energy rebate programs, as well as workforce development, which are also very much part of what REUP is trying to accomplish. But that being said, I want to then introduce Marie Steele, who is the Vice President of Integrated Energy Services with NV Energy, to talk a little bit about the rebate programs offered by the utility. Marie, go ahead.
Thanks, Will, and good morning, everyone. And so just delighted today to celebrate as well. And thank you to both of our Assembly people and their, quite frankly, leadership in creating the Nevada Clean Energy Fund. And we're so fortunate here in Nevada to have the great leadership of the legislature and the friends who are here today to making sure that we're optimizing federal funding for all of their customers and those who need it most. And so we're a great partner and very fortunate and thankful for our partnership with the Nevada Clean Energy Fund for this federal opportunity, but quite frankly, our other partnerships and different federal opportunities, really trying to make sure that we're bringing as much as we can back home to Nevada to help folks with their energy needs. We are very strategically hoping to design these programs to make in conjunction and maximize NV Energy's programs. And so for those that don't know, obviously at nvenergy.com/powershift, I have to put in the plug, making sure that you're well aware of the programs that are available to you now. And if you aren't aware, starting with a home energy assessment certainly is the best way to go to make sure that you can achieve some savings. And so we're just super delighted to be a part of this and the partnership that makes Nevada the place that we all love to call home, and really excited to hear from the other partners later today.
Thank you so much, Marie. We're now going to hear from a couple of our first vetted contractors who've joined our contractor network here at Clean Energy Fund. And the first of those is SolarUp. I'd like to introduce Steve Hamili, the COO of SolarUp, to talk about his business and the benefits that REUP can offer.
Well, thank you so much, Will, and other distinguished panel members. Thank you again to the Assembly for creating this wonderful energy fund. And thank you, NCEF, for bringing us aboard. Tell you a little bit about SolarUp. We joined the Las Vegas community in 2009, and we're the longest continuously operating solar company in the state of Nevada. And the only one with 2 solar showrooms where you can actually see our energy efficient products in action. SolarUp is also involved in our community, directing a portion of its proceeds to provide complimentary and subsidized solar to nonprofits in disadvantaged communities. This year alone, we powered 4 homes for HopeLink of Southern Nevada and are on the way to installing the corporate headquarters for Feeding Pets of the Homeless. REUP aligns with SolarUp's values by creating jobs and supporting local businesses through creative finance alternatives. We contractors depend on a steady supply of work to both earn a living and to create jobs. Re-up is designed to create a pipeline of new clean energy and energy efficient products by expanding the customer base through innovative financing, thereby generating more opportunity for our contracting businesses. Since being onboarded onto Re-up Contractors Network, we've been able to refer numerous leads to NCEF of homeowners who are seeking financing. These are homeowners who are enthusiastic about making the switch to solar, but who need some extra help to get there. Re-up can make rooftop solar a reality for Nevadans who don't qualify for other types of financing due to low credit scores and other issues. We think this is a valuable tool for servicing even more Nevada customers statewide. We're excited to see more contractors join this network and to watch people's lives to transform for the better as they're able to access the home energy upgrades that they need. Thank you very much, Will.
Thank you, Steve. And now another member of our contractor network, I'd like to introduce Marcus House, owner of Houseco Home Builders. Marcus, please take it away.
Hello, everyone. My name is Marcus House, owner of Houseco Builders. And we've been in Southern Nevada for about 2018 is when we started our company, opening up, doing mostly residential work and going out to the valley, doing what we can do as a small business. But with this re-up program, it's really a game changer because we have seen where, as a small contractor, where you run into the walls of the financial side of it, capital of doing the projects, and then homeowners. I work with a lot of middle to low class income people, so there's a lot of walls there where they're not able to afford the work that's being done. With this program, we can go a long ways and get a lot accomplished, and we're excited about being a part of this. And also, we appreciate the NCEF for reaching out to us, letting us know how the program works, how we can be a part of it, and be a great asset to helping out and moving things forward. And we're excited with this opportunity for Houseco Builders to being in this position. Also, got to give a shout out to Sandra Unstrom, which has been a great contact person, pointing us in the right direction and how the energy movement is happening here in the state of Nevada. And also to Dr. Mary House with CH&R, Caring, Helping, and Restoring is a nonprofit organization. She's been a great part and a help to guiding us through this. Done a lot of work here, and it's nothing like this. This is different because having funds has been always the door that's been shut, and hoping more contractors can come in and be a part of it. Because if we can get funds in front of us, we can grow our companies, hire people, and expand out through the state of Nevada. And we know how the old saying is, it starts at home. I'm originally started out in concrete, so I realized that foundation is the most important part of the building. And what I'm looking here and seeing now is the foundation of this startup. I appreciate you guys for having me on board.
Thank you, Marcus. We appreciate you for being part of this with us too. And last but not least, I'd like to introduce Mercedes McKinley, who is a Nevada field organizer with Mom's Clean Air Force, to talk to us about the community outreach efforts that are underway as well. Mercedes, take it away.
Great. Thank you so much for having me today. This is a very exciting call. It's a very exciting moment for us here in Nevada. Mom's Clean Air Force is a community of over 1.5 million moms and dads, and we come together against air pollution. And we also focus on the urgent crisis of our changing climate. We work on national issues, and we also work on local issues as well. And we empower our communities through education. I myself am a former Clark County School District teacher here. I worked at 2 different schools in East Las Vegas, and I grew up in East Las Vegas. And so this program, and that's, I just can't stop smiling because I'm so excited that these resources are going directly to the folks who need them. And I love that Nevada Clean Energy Fund, along with the rebate incentives, is going to help homeowners stack these savings and really get the most out of what's available. And one of the things that I find in my work when I work with families is that that's just that the information that's out there seems sort of mysterious and hard to find. So the fact that not only do we have these funds available, but Nevada Clean Energy Fund has all of the resources in one place, as it was previously mentioned, is exciting. And it's also so important to me because as an Eastsider from El Dorado High School, I would like to quote, we have some of the highest asthma rates in the city of Las Vegas. And so reducing greenhouse emissions for these neighborhoods is so important, and removing these financial barriers is also going to be key to getting these families moving forward and being able to spend some of these resources on what's really important. I have volunteer families that tell me their energy bills are the second highest bill that they pay after their mortgage. So even more so sometimes than a car note. So giving these families an opportunity to change their financial landscape, reduce greenhouse emissions, and create healthier choices for the air we all breathe is really exciting. So thank you so much for having us. And we're really excited to be a part of this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mercedes. That concludes our prepared speaking portion. Again, I want to thank and recognize each and every one of the speakers who presented today for their excellent remarks. We really appreciate your support and all your leadership in everything you do in our community. At NCEF, we're eager to begin growing this contractor network even more, start servicing loans, providing that technical assistance to households who are in need. And to access this information, apply for a loan, apply to be part of our contractor network, or just to get in touch with us to ask us questions, you can go to our website, nevadacef.org, nevadacef.org. On our homepage, there's a section at the top called Solutions, where you can find additional menu options for residents and contractors. There you can find the application links and more information. Or if you're just starting out, wondering where to begin, you can find our contact info at the bottom of the page where you can reach out, and we're happy to talk to you about all things clean energy. At this time, if there's any members of the media who have any questions for us, if you could please use the raise hand function, and I'm happy to call on you to unmute and ask your questions. We do have a few minutes here to take any questions if there are any. Looks like Rhiannon with the sun.
Hello. I could not find the raise hand function and I panicked. But
Okay.
I have a question. I'm looking at the terms of the loans on your website under solutions, and my question is there any path to loan forgiveness? And like, can you give me some examples of what the terms of the loan might be depending on the project being done?
Sure. So one thing to point out is that these loans are unsecured, so they're not tied to person's property. They don't encumber the person's property. As far as loan forgiveness goes, generally the underwriting partner which we work with doesn't tend to aggressively pursue, trying to go after people if the loan is defaulted upon. Their rate of default is actually extremely low. And for someone who wants loan forgiveness, I think I'd have to find more information on that and follow up with you. But the idea is that the flexible method of underwriting is designed to prevent someone in the first place from being caught up paying for something that they wouldn't be able to pay, because it's based on their the ability to pay rather than a strict credit score. It's more of a cash flow analysis.
Yeah, and maybe I'll add on to that, Will. Generally, like Will is saying, this loan program is targeted at folks that have that ability to pay back the loan. It supports measures that reduce the energy bill. So the idea is that generally we want to support measures where the energy savings associated with it are going to be greater than the loan repayment. And for some of our other programs, as Assemblyman Watts mentioned, Solar for All, we're going to be very closely, calculating those and making sure that there are energy savings associated with it. But for this REIA program, it's more flexible based on what households really need. I think for folks that are on the lower end of the low income threshold, you know, like very low income, under 200% of the federal poverty line, we're going to be directing them towards resources that make more sense for them, like the weatherization assistance program that are, or, you know, other forgivable loan programs that might be out there. So this is really about providing the right types of resources to folks that need them. You know, an important aspect and part of the reason why we were created in the way that we were was to create these revolving loan funds so that we can, you know, put funds back into these programs and scale and reach more people over time. So that's kind of the model that we're focused on.
Who's the underwriter?
The underwriter is a green bank and CDFI in the Southeast called the Solar and Energy Loan Fund, SELF. They've been around for over a decade now, originally launched with DOE, American Recovery and Reinvestment Act funds in 2010.
Thank you.
Very good. Excellent. Are there any other questions? Rian, go ahead. Actually, hold on. Let me just make sure no one else did. I don't think there was. Yeah, go ahead.
How many people do you anticipate being able to reach, let's say within the first year, and what income levels do you anticipate being able to help?
Got it. So our goal for the first year of the program, we're looking to reach at least 75 to 100 individual loans closed. We're hoping to get to about 25 to 30 contractors in the network. What was the second part of your question again? I'm sorry.
The income levels of the households that you're most likely going to be able to help.
Right. Yes. So for these loans, there is no strict income limit. So it's designed to be primarily for lower or middle income households because of the fact that we don't do a hard credit pull and there isn't a strict credit score requirement. That means that we're basing the loan on the ability to pay rather than a credit score. So hypothetically, any person of any income could apply for a loan, but the goal is to make this accessible as possible to those low and moderate income levels. And then I think Albert had a question.
Yes. Biden's inflation law offers up to $14,000 for home upgrades. I recently replaced my entire air conditioning and heat pump system. Do you work with the Biden's law for upgrades? They're not supposed to be a loan. They're supposed to be a rebate.
Yeah, so that federal home energy rebate program is going to be administered by the Governor's Office of Energy, and we work closely with them, and we're planning to work closely with them to ensure that our financing can be complementary and paired with the home energy rebates that they're rolling out to really stack and maximize the benefits for homeowners and for residents. Given the timing of program design and complying with the Department of Energy's guidance, my understanding is that the Governor's Office of Energy expects those home energy rebates to be available beginning around early 2025.
Okay, are they retroactive? Do you know?
The 14,000 that you referenced, the home electrification rebates, are not retroactive. There is a separate home energy rebate program that's focused on efficiency, where if you achieve certain levels of energy efficiency in your home through retrofits, you can get pretty significant rebates, and those are retroactive to I think December of 2022.
Okay.
But there are, I do want to call out, so those home energy rebates are income qualifying, those federal home energy rebates that we're talking about. But there are non-income qualifying tax credits that are available for folks today for things like heat pumps and other energy efficiency measures, electric vehicles, EV chargers that folks can take advantage of today. And we have information, and we can provide more information about those. You do have to have a tax liability generally in order to take advantage of those tax credits.
Understood. Thank you.
Thank you. I did see a question from Brian in the chat asking if NCEF is eligible and will be applying to administer the federal home energy rebate programs that GOE is rolling out. I don't believe that we ourselves would be like administering them, but Kirsten, if you want to elaborate on that.
Yeah, we're not a rebate administrator necessarily, although we may be administering rebates as part of the Solar for All program. I say that, but it's not going to be the main component. We certainly want to leverage our contractor network and our community outreach and work with community partners to support the rollout of those home energy rebates to make sure that they support local jobs and go to the households that really need them the most.
Excellent. Rhiannon, go ahead.
Can you give me some examples? You mentioned a couple, but can you give me some examples of the range of projects you can use these loans for?
Sure. So examples would be HVAC or refrigeration upgrades, things like installing a heat pump, things like new water heaters, windows and doors, disability features are also included. Solar, of course, why we have SolUp joining us. Solar installation is a big part of it as well. And then roofing, also a big aspect of this, and weatherization or insulation type projects as well. Generally, any type of home improvement or appliance installation that's designed to lower the energy burden of the household or increase its efficiency and thus lowering costs for the homeowner.
And that would not include plug-in for electric vehicle in this case?
I might have to get back to you on that. We might be able to include that, but I'm not specifically sure.
Okay, thank you.
Excellent. Any other questions? All right. Well, I want to thank everyone again for joining us and participating in the launch of this exciting new program. We're really looking forward to working with each and every one of you to ensure lower energy costs, more sustainability, and growing business opportunities for contractors in our state. With that, we'll go ahead and close out and have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Will.